All right. Let's see. I hate when I do a live and I like press the time, but I was doing my flyers over for my business, just print them out. Then you realize it's a typo. Print them out. Then you want to do it over, and you realize I'm glad that typo was there, or I'm glad that mistake was there because I want to erase this and add that. So that's one of those things. It took me a little while, but I got. Then I realized, you know what? Let me do one in color for online only, and let me do one in black and white for in person class. All right. Anyway, so anyway, I get done. Then I went on. I was playing chess online. I was winning, whatever. Then I went to watch a couple things online. Finished watching. So hey, I got a little time before to the live before I pick up the phone. All right, so I'm gonna do this recap really quickly. Let me send him the link. The guy who I beat up. Um, becoming a great debater is like stressful when you're debating like people because they take the L harder than somebody online. Well, it appeared that way because the person online, you don't know how hard they're dealing with the L because you don't know them. Once you kick their butt, life moves on. You don't. The people you get to hear the echoing, the lingering effects, the excuses. So this guy, the guy who got demolished, and the recap is going to show it. He he is now lying. Like it's one thing for somebody. People online don't really lie like that, like blatantly. Like they don't. They hold the L. They make excuses, but you rarely come across somebody who actually just lies. Okay, so this guy is lying now. When we were debating in the raw uncut video, okay, how you know it's raw uncut? Because I recorded it using a voice recorder that comes with your Apple devices, right? Now you can clearly see especially for those who edit videos, edit audio, any editing software program, you can see where the cuts will be, and you can see how like it's just there. Okay, you can see. So I know that's in his character. Don't ask me how. I just know certain people before they reveal themselves. So I said, you know what? Because I could have just played the audio with a background, like it could have been a background with boxing gloves or whatever. But I said, you know what? Let me do the live, right? Showing the debate with looking at the audio. So if you guys debate, you was wondering why at the audio, that's why. So, and guess what? So during our conversation, the live conversation, before I went live, right? Because it was recorded, pre-recorded. He was making up lies saying I said something I didn't say. Like he said when he threw up the definition, well, he threw up the word eminent domain and read the definition. He believes, like after he caught the L, as we were just talking, right, over each other, he then said I said eminent domain, the definition was suitable. And then he wouldn't stop talking. If you go watch, you'll see him just keep talking, like how some women do. When they lose, they keep talking. So I'm trying to explain to dude, like, dude, I didn't never say a definition was pseudo. That's not how we use the word pseudo. Like, do you want to know how we use the word pseudo? Like, we use the word pseudo as the person reading the definition misrepresented it. Like, so a pseudo is somebody who misrepresents information or makes up information, either one. I hope this winning too much because the win just comes out of nowhere now. But either one, you make up information or you misrepresent information. So I was letting them know, like, dude, you're using eminent domain incorrectly. Like, this has nothing to do with home, whether you own something or you don't own something, because we were dealing with ownership. Like, when you own something, or do you own anything ever? And his position was no. You'll hear it in the 25 clips I made from my discussion. Say he maintained. You said eminent domain. The definition was pseudo. Now, granted, I know I didn't say that. He can't prove it, and it's not in the audio. So it's not in the audio. You know, he says, "Oh, I must have cropped it out." So I'm like, okay. So this is a guy that just lies, for stupid reasons. And if you lie like that, like who knows what else you will lie on. Anyway, so I was trying to text the guy. I said, "Yo, let's say for granted, for the sake of time, let's say if I said, yeah, the definition of eminent domain is pseudo. Let's say if I said that. He's trying to make that like a big point, like that's a deciding factor. I want to know, like, what's your point behind that? Like, what if I said, yo, yeah, okay, eminent domain is pseudo? What if I actually said that? What does that have to do with the actual debate? And of course, he couldn't pivot from there, so he had to, oh, you like, texting emojis. So I'm like, all right, well, since you don't want to explain how that was like a big factor, if that was true, why would that be a big factor? If you don't want to explain, I'm just gonna go live and I'm gonna send the link right now if he's not already on. Watch. But people got a lie. Damage their credibility. Again, like what point? Like let's say if I said that and he's able to show it. How does that help him debate in his arguments that we American citizens never own anything? Now, keep in mind the argument devolved to that. That was not the argument. I'm gonna tell you the argument. The argument was about Dame Dash and his rants about being a boss and his financial advice. I'm against all of that. I'm against his boss definition, his boss techniques. Everybody can be. I'm against everything Dame Dash pretty much spewed publicly, especially in the Breakfast Club. So this is the question I asked him that ultimately led to our debate because he wanted to argue on the phone, not debate. He wanted to argue on the phone. So I'm like, dude, I'd rather not argue. I'm like, I'd rather all these people not here niggas. So I'm like, I'd rather not argue because in your mind you're right. I know I'm right, but let's say in my mind I'm right too. Where do we go from here? So you know what? I'm just going to press record. I let him know. So I'm going to press record. I'm going to record our conversation because I don't believe you'll save that. I don't believe you'll say the same things you're saying now if it's recorded. Because a lot of times I think people just be arguing just to argue. And if it's being recorded, most likely they won't say the same BS. And most people don't. Most people, that's why they hate going live. Or they want to go live. God damn. All right. Anyway, let me go to how it all started. I got 54 minutes. Probably less than that. I lost a folder. All right. Anyway, let's go to the tape. As I'm recording, a bunch of screaming thugs come around me. I'm outside because I know I'm gonna be loud. You hear the background? All right. So this is how it all started. It came up. First of all, let's just give you background. How Dame Dash, because all right, let me just go ahead.
What was your first job? What was your first entrepreneurial job?
I mean, again, I don't advocate it, and but it is what it is. But it was crack. I sold crack.
So he said, "I don't advocate it. It is what it is. I sold crack." He doesn't advocate it, right? All right. So let's see if he advocates selling crack. He says it a lot. Every interview, he makes sure to say it, but he doesn't have. All right. Let's see if that's true. So the math half is a different story to.
I be talking, but as far as like Dipset, Diplomat, all that, he was the only one I really hustled with. Like really hustle with.
Dame used to, that's mad fly shit. Like Dame used to, like we used to come back and Dame would get to work, right? We go right this live at 11 right next building. They get to work, and this nigga just like soon as you couldn't even bring this shit in the house. As soon as you get this shit, like this nigga is cooking it up. Like this nigga is like see this like teaching me mad shit though. Like cook game fire like this, I mean, super fire. Like, yo, I'm telling you some real. This is some real shit.
I was
like,
kind of nice on the
soon
stove.
soon as chef.
He said I was kind of nice on the stove, but you don't advocate it, right? Anyway, so and look, these are all my clips from watching real research, real journalism, and people kind of hate who you are because even though they can do it too, they just don't want to put in the same energy. They feel like they don't have the efforts to put in the same energy. So they hate those who put the same energy in and become jealous of those with the same energy. The energy that they want, they see you have, and now the hate, envy type stuff come in there. All right. So now let's go back to the crack balls. All right.
At what point did you start moving into the music game?
After, well, you saw Paid in Full, and that was a very personal experience for me, you know, and that scared me, that experience, because, you know, I saw it, and I saw a kid die that had nothing to do with what was going on, and it made me think that the game was disgusting and unfair, and I didn't want any parts of it, but I didn't want to have a 9-to-5.
Yeah, he got this big problem with 9 to 5.
You talked about the entrepreneur mentality versus employee mentality. Explain that a little bit.
It's just not having a boss, but it means you have to put up your own money, which to some people is unfathomable, which is unfathomable to me. You know, but that's only because probably I've had a certain way of living my whole life. Entrepreneur means you put up your own money.
All right, so now, I don't know what financial books teaches that. Everybody teaches you to use other folks' money to get started because saving your own money could take you. What if you want to buy a restaurant? Put up your own money, but you work at Target. Not long that's going to take you to get the money. So people usually build their credit, right? Have little money for a down payment. That's the point of like business. Most American citizens are not going to have the money. That's why the financing option is even there. All right. Anyway, let's move quickly to the question I asked the jerks from Jersey that led to the debate. Right here.
All right, I'm gonna slow it down.
So somebody owns a big company, but only 20% of it, and someone owns a little company and they own 100% of it.
Correct. 20 million versus $700,000 company.
How much? If they own 20% of a what? What you say?
$20 million company.
4 million.
So that's only two. Yeah. What's 20% of 10 million? Of 40 million is 8 million, right?
Nah, 20 million. 20% is
2 million. 20%. No, 20%. Yeah, 4 million. So if a man's making $4 million, and he's making.
So 20% of 20 million. He just said you're making $4 million. All
right. You know, the rest for somebody else.
Yeah.
Selling black stuff.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't respect it.
Okay, that's what I was getting at.
And
but you would respect the fully owned black company that said
that's
700,000 that's selling black and they are black.
Now, if that company was selling white products and you only own 20% of it,
we talking about a whole different conversation. All right, I'm gonna start.
All right. So this interview right here. So I asked my boy. I said, because let me see if Dave Dash he said it. Here.
There's
two people that.
Let me explain.
Go ahead.
Based on my experience in this world, I'm extremely intelligent.
Anyway, so I asked my boy, could Dame Dash say he'll rather go for a company, he'll rather have 70% in a company worth 700,000 than 20 million. I'm sorry, he'll rather own 70% of a company worth 700,000 than to own 20% in a company worth 20 million. So the difference is 4 million a year, 20%, 20 million, to 490,000 a year, which is 70% of 700,000. So Dame, because he's into this boss stuff, he wants to be the boss, like own the most and be the boss. That he said he'll rather own more when he's the boss, but only make 490,000, as opposed to not being the boss, but got ownership of 20% of 20 million. 4 million to 490,000. So that's my boy. I said, is that smart? You know, do you agree with that Dame logic? And he said, well, it depends. It's tomato. You know, it depends the type of person you are. So I'm like, bro, what you mean? Like, if we're investing in business, like it's always you're trying to make the best investment to gain the most money. So a low 20% investment to a $20 million or owning, let me say it like this, owning whatever money it took you to get it done. You own 20% of a $20 million company. That's a better investment than owning 70% in a $700,000 company. And he tried to act like it was tomato. So, like, you know, it depends on how you want to do it. Like, there's no right answer. I'm like, dude, there's a right answer. And if it's all about making money, then the right answer is to own 20% in a company worth $20 million. Like, that's the only smart answer if we're talking about investments. But that led to this right here. Our conversation to end up being a debate.
I said they have the right to search.
Okay, so that morphed, that devolved into, again, this is his rabbit hole. So now he's talking about ownership, right? He's talking about he said the government can come into your home for whatever reason they want. So he says, you'll hear it.
Why you're not? I said they have the right to search your home.
So now you can just imagine, like, how did we get to the government coming to your home? Now, remember, our conversation started from 70% of 700,000, meaning a lot of a little or a little of a lot. 70% of 700,000, is that a better investment than 20% of 20 million? It really just comes down to that. It's not rocket science. That devolved all the way to the government coming to your house for any reason they want. This is the rabbit holes he chose. Okay.
I said they have the right to search your home while you're not there.
Who? So he starts off, you know, the most pseudos, they start off with the pronoun before establishing a noun. So he said they can come into your home when you're not there whenever they want. That sounds like who? Like a burglar? Like who?
The government.
For
I said they have the right to search your home while you're not there.
who?
The government.
For what reason?
I'll pull up it right now.
Yeah.
For whatever reason I want to come up with.
Yeah, but they would need like a warrant, right?
I'm sure enough.
Yeah, please do, because that made absolutely no sense just talking like that. The government just could walk in. We have a constitutional right where that cannot happen. So go ahead and look that up for me.
I said they have the right to search your home while you're not there.
Who?
The government.
For what reason? Okay, so now you hear that. So I'm the one who introduced the warrant thing. I'm like, nah, like we have constitutional rights that protect us from such actions from the government. And all governments. Now, when he's saying the government, I know what he means because he's like ignorant to government, the body of government. He means he's pointing to the national government. Guaranteed. I sent him the link. He can type in right now. He got the link. He can listen to. If he's not watching right now, it's because he don't want to. But he has free time. His job, he's able to watch stuff like this. Trust me. So he can correct me right now. But when he says the government, like a big entity that's working by itself, he's talking about national government, and he's completely just confusing me and anybody. You just can't say government. You gotta be more specific. All right, anyway, let's move on. So we know that's not true. We know you can't just go into the government just can't come in your home and he says, "What's going on, brother? How you? Long time." Yeah, so we know you just can't walk into the government. I mean, we don't know what that is. The government. That's not really saying much. Like the government. Like what agency? But let's just say the boogeyman, the government. The government just can't walk into your home, like he said, for whatever reason. I want you to hear the part where he says for any reason.
I said they have the right to search your home while you're not there.
Who?
The government.
For what reason?
I'll pull up it right now.
Yeah.
For whatever reason they want to come up with.
Yeah, but so he said for whatever reason they want to come up with. That's him. You know what? You just blinked twice and you should have blinked once. So we're coming to search your home while you're not there. This is how he's talking. But look at my response to that. They would need like a warrant, right? So I'm like, well, what is?
I'm sure enough.
Yeah, please do, because that may happen. I'm like, whatever reason. So I'm like, wouldn't they need a warrant? So now he says he's gonna look up the reasons why the government. So now he's just chasing. Like he's looking, he's hoping that Google somehow sides with him. Like he's winging it. He's winging the debate. So now he's Googling, like he don't even know. I mean, so he's saying stuff without knowing the facts behind it. All right. Going across them.
So yeah, this means that the government agents can enter a house, apartment, or office with a search warrant when the occupant is away.
So now he's reading it. You heard him say with a search warrant when the occupant's away. So that's what I said. So now he's reading how the government could come into your house while you're not there. He said what I said, search warrant. That's what I said. He said for any reason they come up with. I'm like, dude, what country do you live in? And you'll hear me be facetious and say, yo, where you at? Venezuela? Like, dude, we're in America. Oh.
Search through his property, take photographs, in some cases seize property and electronic communications, and not tell the owner until later.
Oh, so I was wait. So slow down. So I was right. They need a search warrant, right?
Yeah, but saying that they can make up any reason to.
No. Okay. He doubled down, right? I said, so I was right. They need a search warrant. He said, yes, but they can make up any reason. So now he's back to they can make up any reason. But okay. So now, check it out. You just read something, which you said what I said, because you first said, I was recording. You first said it could go in your house for any reason, and then I said, wait a minute. I said, you have a constitutional right where that cannot happen. I know the constitutional rights where that cannot happen because Britain, that was happening over there, and American committed business, you can't do that over here. Okay, so that was added in in the 10 constitutional rights, right? Where that can't. I was trying to think of the proper terms, the Bill of Rights. That's the first 10. Not happen in America. All right, so already so I corrected him. So this is a guy who just can't concede. So now I corrected him on the government just can't come into your home for any reason, not legally. Remember, we're speaking legalese. We're not talking about some stuff that happened, at nighttime. We're talking about legally on paper. That's why he read it. What did he read? He read something on paper. So we're talking about on paper, the government cannot come into your home. Well, again, this is his term, the government. He's not, being specific of what government body, what agency is coming to your home. Is it local government? Is it national? Like, he's not specific at all. So I'm playing his game, the boogeyman government, wherever they may be. Okay. I said, but won't they need a warrant? Then he read it, agreed, and then went back and said for any reason. Can you read? They can make up a reason to get a warrant. Can you get that for me?
Well, they can give you a bunch of trumped up charges just to get you. Wait.
Now look at the rabbit hole. So at first they could make up any reason. Now he's agreeing with me that they need to have a warrant, and now he's going here now because he's wrong. Most pseudos never will say oh yeah, my fault. Let me go. So now he's saying they're going to trump up charges on you now. To prove what? Wait. Why would you have a bunch of trumped up? Wait, hold on, bro.
It's the same. I'm not losing my thought because you can't control yourself. All right, so it's the same way when you get
This nigga pseudo as hell.
over, right? It's the same way when you get put over for a traffic stop, and he gives like 10.
All right, so now he's talking about a traffic stop. Okay, same reason for. So now he went from the government searching your home with a warrant, and he's comparing it to a traffic stop. Now this is a guy who's just making shit up on the fly. And you guys know that I speak about traffic stops all the time. My brother's a police officer. My oldest brother's a police officer. He speaks on, he has speaking engagements to, like, the inner cities on how to interact with police officers when driving, right? Your rights, and when you walk, your interaction periods with police officers. So now I know when he says a police stop, like, dude, what does this got to do with the government, the boogeyman government, come into your home while you're not there, brother? When the police pull your car, so how we go from the government searching your home while you're not there to the government? I'm guessing he's going to say search your car, but you're there though, and there's different reasons why the government will want to search your home compared to why they would search your car. Like, a government, I mean, again, who's the government? See how this get like convoluted and all shady and cloudy. Like he never established who's the government. So now the mistake I'm doing is that I'm believing it has to be law enforcement, right? So I'm making a mistake that I tell True Meats, Mr. Meats, don't do. Don't give him the answer, ask him, right? So I'm like, yo, he got to be talking about law enforcement. He got to be, right? Not a worker at DMV or the airport. This gotta be not TSA. This gotta be law enforcement. I'm like, it can't be nobody else. But I made that mistake where you never know how low and stupid people get just to say, I wasn't saying that. I was talking about a military man. I don't know where this guy's going.
Is this so the one that's heavy can stick because they're just the other ones. Like, this is the same way.
So let me say peace to LCK, Lovejoy, Fitz, and yeah, I'm gonna be back on the one where it's neck on the Who Are the Gentiles. I just gotta address this right here, and look, and this is also how not to debate, because what I want to do now, not now, but what I want to do during this recap is to give some advice on how not to debate. So what you never, ever, ever do is say something and then go and look it up. You said I'd already looked it up before you have said it. It's like touch a moving chess. Don't touch the piece and then think where you're going to put it. How about thinking about where you're going to put it before you touch it? That's called touch a move rule. So, in other words, don't get caught with your hand in cookie jar. So when you say something in a debate and you don't really know the definition or why you're saying it, like what entails comes with that word, right? You don't say it. Google it as I'm talking and then say it. But now we're talking about a traffic stop.
Like,
it's the same way.
If they can issue a warrant, right, without your notice.
Wait. Who is they again? Who is they?
The government.
Wait. So the government is one person. So now, Lovejoy, I got tired of this day boogeyman talk. I now need to know who's the they, because in my mind it has to be law enforcement. But he keeps saying they're they. So True Meats, I did eventually ask him who is that they before, because I didn't tell him it was police officers, which it had to be. At this time, I said, okay, brother, I need you to say police officers, because if you don't, you're in big trouble.
I'm saying the body of government.
Wait, but which he said the body of government again. What is that, man? Why this guy just won't say what he wants to say? Why is he like leaving it like a big question mark? Like it's a guessing game. Like, bro, like why I gotta pull his teeth just to get him to say police officer or federal agents? No, that's semantic. No, wait. This thing. I call semantic. It's called specificity. So now specific. I can't say it right now. That word. I said it right then, but kill me now trying to say it. All right. So I'm trying to get the guy to be specific. And he said, by me trying to get him to be specific, I'm doing semantics. So he is saying they, the government, the body of government, and I'm trying to pin him down to like, bro, what does that even mean, the body of government? Like, who are these people? Oh, you're playing semantics. Like that was, I'm gonna go back. That was his response to me. He said, I'm playing semantics because I'm trying to ask him, what do you mean by the government? There's a lot there. Which no. Which branch?
If they can issue a warrant, right, without your notice,
Wait. Who is they again? Who is they?
The government.
Wait. So the government is one person.
I'm saying the body of government.
Wait, but which no, that's semantics. No, wait. This thing. I call semantics. It's called specificity. Which no. Which branch, brother? Which branch of government can you read? They can make up a reason to get a warrant. Can you get that for me? All right. So you just heard it from yourself, right? All right. But this guy, his mind, he knows how to debate, and like we see this with a lot of other folks, not just One West. We see this with a lot of folks out there who try to debate. They get on live, they get on Sunday TV, they get on these different platforms. You know, serial killers been dealing with these guys for the longest, and then they get beat up. They challenge Rob Bourne, they challenge Sean, these guys who can't even like articulate, and then they get beat up. All right, so I think I'm here now.
They just change the terminology because ownership.
All right, so before I do that, let me make sure. Can you read? They can make up a reason. Okay. So now he's gonna. Okay, so he's gonna argue something. Watch this.
They just change the terminology because ownership does trick people who haven't owned anything in their life.
So he said the term ownership, it tricks people who have never owned anything in their life. Brother, what are you talking about? Like, how is it possible somebody have never owned anything in their life? Like a little kid buys candy, they own candy. So like the only person he'd be talking about is like somebody who don't have the ability to buy things and count. But like, what do you mean? Like, what person could that possibly be? Like the extremes he got to go to. Let's find that one crippled, person dealing with mental illness that since a baby that never owned anything. That person could be tricked. Well, that person could be tricked with anything at that point. But bro, if you own something before, how can you be tricked? But let's hear him.
They just change the terminology because ownership does trick people who haven't owned anything in their life, right? And they trick people to see ownership. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you said that. You said that. Now I'm going to.
They change the terminology to possession because possession is
okay.
More
So you heard
clear.
him. He said that we, the American citizens, should change, and the people who have the ability, the power. He said Webster Dictionary, whoever. He said that Oxford. He said that we should change ownership to possession because possession is more clear of what you're doing, I guess. So when you purchase something from the store, you don't own it. Owning confuses us. Like he's speaking for all of us. Owning confuses us. So we should say when you buy something from the store, you're possessing it. That's more clear of what you're doing when you buy something. Don't forget, ownership is convoluted, it's tricky. It should be called possession because possession is the action you're really doing when something's yours. Let's say it like that.
You took $2 million over a percentage of royalties, so like.
Yeah, because you're right, and you took 70%, 720% over 20 million. Bright, that was intelligent. You are financial literate.
Took $2 million over a percentage of something like that.
But what was the something? But again, you hear this? He said you took. So he's talking to me. He said because he gave me a proposition. I'll go in a few seconds. Like there's levels to this, man. And I was trying to tell this guy before he even did this with me, before I recorded, I said, bro, you're not ready to talk to me like this in this capacity debate. This is not being arrogant or whatever y'all want to call. Like I'm telling him, like, dude, This will not be a good look for you. Like, I'm a seasoned debater online. I've been debating online for 15 or more years, like debating. Like, dude, you have zero recorded debates. You're horrible at it, dude. You don't want your first debate to be with me. I told him that. Nah. And tag my name. Tag my YouTube name, the Jerks from Jersey. Are you sure? Like, dude, I wouldn't even do that to you. But y'all see what happened with Sakari and these other cans. When I debunked them and made clips and tagged their name, when you search their name up, you have to see the clip where I beat them up. Like, so you want me to do that to you? Okay. So I tagged his name, the Jerks from Jersey. Now you Google his name, you must see Unbiased Sports kicking his butt. All right. So he asked me a proposition. He said, "Will you take $2 million?" The way he packaged it, he said it's between me and him, nobody else. He said if we did content together, he said, listen, if I invited you to do content with me, like a video, I guess like a live video, and I give you $2 million flat out, and I own and control the rights and everything, the master, whatever comes with that video, after I pay you out is all me. So whatever finances come with the video, don't worry about it, because you got your $2 million. I'm gonna eat all that. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do that, because this is a YouTube video. Like, what production company you got that's shown to be successful, like to go viral, to get all this money? So yeah. What, just made up hypothetical production you got? Yeah, give me the $2 million. I don't want no royalties. Because he said, or I could give you $100,000 and 10% royalty on whatever finances the video accumulates. I'm like, well, the fact that it's me and you and your personal production company, give me the $2 million. Okay, so he's calling me dumb for not falling for the okie doke, taking $100,000, hypothetical $100,000 from him, with a dream that the 10% royalties somewhere down the line is going to be more. It's going to be more value than the $2 million. This is some hypothetical dream he's painting. So I played the game like, nah, give me the $2 million. In his mind, that was stupid. Ha! You don't have no royalty deal, dude. You don't have a real production company that can possibly outdo the $2 million. So that was smart. Give me the $2 million. Let the video flop, and I'm laughing at you. So I'm gonna go back so you can hear it.
You took $2 million over a percentage of royalties. So like,
yeah, because you're right, and you took 70%, 700, then 20% over. So he asked that proposition after I asked him about the 70% of 700,000 versus the 20%, 20 million. So when he chose the 490,000 a year over the 4 million, of course I laughed. Like, dude, what are we doing here, man? Are you serious? And that's why I had to record, because I didn't believe he would say that on the video, which he did on a recorded audio. I'm like, dude, you got to be just saying this career on the phone, and you just want to be right. There's no way you'll take 490,000 annually over 4 million. So he said, well, let me ask you this: if we made a production video together, right, or a video together, and I offer you that $2 million or 100,000 for 10% royalty, what would you check? Royalty check. What would you take? I said the 2 million. I got you back. That's just as stupid as my decision. Like, no, it's not. Let me explain why. Because what's your production? Like I just said earlier, what's your production? What is it? It's some low budget production. So yeah, I'll take the 2 million, and you could try to make our video go viral. Hell, I'm taking that all day. So that was his way to say, hey, you're just as stupid as I am. But it didn't work. It don't hit the same. Right. That was intelligent. You are financial literate.
You took $2 million over a percentage of something like that.
You heard him? He said you took the $2 million over a percentage of something. See, he's never open. It's never clear what he's saying. He said a percentage. He don't take the percentage of something. what's the something? That's why. Look, but you are financial literate.
It's like $2 million over a percentage of something. Like that doesn't make
But
sense.
what was the something?
And I even said over a lifetime.
I asked him like, what's the something? Like, but in his mind, the something must be a Tesla share or something. I don't know. The new Tesla spaceship, Neuralink that they coming out with. Like, what is the something? Yeah, but that don't mean it's valuable.
It could spike in 2026. It can go down.
And you heard this, it can spike all this like dream talk. I'm sure this is what Don King told his fighters, and this is what Bob Arum told. I'm sure Puffy told G-Dep this stuff, like the big dream. Look what can happen.
And I even said over a lifetime. So
but that don't mean it's valuable.
It could spike in 2026. It can go down.
And it can never spike, right?
It can spike back up.
But it can never spike though, right? Can it just flop? Wait. So it's guaranteed. He said no, it can't. Like so this video that we're gonna make together on YouTube, that we're gonna put on YouTube or Spotify, wherever we're gonna put it, he said no, it can't. It's going to hit. Like nigga, like who you talking to, man? Like dude, like I actually read investment books. Like it's illegal to even promise an investment, a guaranteed investment. It's illegal to like promise that a investment will be profitable. You cannot do that. You cannot do that legally. Nobody can advise you that this investment is going to blow up for sure. That's what got, Fat Caesar Pena in trouble with that real estate scam that got that people were tying in DJ Envy. Like you can't. That's the same stuff Polite was saying. Like, you can't promise. You cannot promise an investment is going to blow up. That's illegal. You cannot do that. But he's telling me the video's going to blow up. That's why I said. But it can also not spike, right? Is that option still there? See, in his mind, that's why he thought that was a bad deal for me, because in his mind, this video is going to spike. But not only spike, it's going to spike to where it's going to bring in more income than the $2 million I got up front, which is bananas. But this is people who don't read financial books, who don't watch financial videos, nothing. They just in their home doing whatever they do and got these weird popping mushrooms, whatever, got these weird ass thoughts. Go up.
Vlad, right?
Wait. Yeah, I do, but wait a minute. Wait. You talking about Vlad now? Wait. So now we're going to Vlad. I mean, the guy just like, we just can't talk about something. Like, hey, let's talk about the 70, 700,000, 20% of 20 million, or let's talk about the 2 million up front and the 100,000, 10% royalty deal you're gonna give me for a video that we're gonna make together. Talking about Vlad? We're talking about me and you. Wait, why is Vlad? Why? Let Sonetta right now. Let Shannon Sharp say right now. Let any of these guys say to me right now, hey, I'm gonna do a video with you, right? It's gonna blow up, but I don't want you to recoup any of that money. I'm gonna give you a flat out $2 million straight up. You think I'm gonna say, nah, give me 100,000 and let me play the long game? Give me the 2 million, because after that video blow up, my name is out there, and I'm gonna be able to do what I do and capitalize off that. I'm not playing a long game. Is Vlad? Wait. Why is Vlad in our deal? You offered, but brother, you offered
that he taped 5 years ago, right? You took $2 million over.
Okay, so he was going to some Vlad stuff. I'm like, what that got to do with us? All right, so now I want to play. The reason why he was so strong on this deal that he gave me, the proposal, the reason why he was so strong on it, because unbeknownst to me, that he watched something that was unrelated to what we were talking about. Watch this. So this is what he watched. So I even found what he watched. He didn't tell me, by the way. I found it. So this is what he was trying to say.
When they gave you the first offer.
Yeah.
With no royalties at all.
Yeah.
Was it a huge check?
Oh yeah. It was like, I remember it was like $2 million.
What?
Yeah.
They offered you a $2 million check to sing the parts in The Lion King.
Yep.
Not even do the voice yet, just do the singing parts.
Just sing it.
$2 million.
Yeah, because they were on it like...
They were cutting checks like that, huh?
Well, you got to remember, they're coming off of...
Well, I guess you're the main character.
Yeah, and then they're coming off of Beauty and the Beast. They're coming off of Aladdin. You know what I'm saying? Like Disney had bread.
Disney just would write a blank check. They gave you the first offer.
Yeah.
With no
Okay, if they're willing to do that, okay, that's just so that's it. That's all he'll ever get for like the remainder of his life. They were like, that's it. He takes the money. That's it. She was like, nah, let's negotiate royalties. Let's negotiate based off of royalties. And this was definitely at a time that when Disney wasn't doing those kind of deals.
Huh. Okay.
Unless you were like Peabo Bryson or somebody like that, like already an established huge pop star that they had recruited. I'm sure his deal was way different than anything that they would offer a relatively no name at that time.
Okay.
So when they offered that deal, it was really just to take this money and go, because I think they knew and forecasted that they were going to make a shit ton of money, and $2 million next to, hundreds, if not billions of dollars that they've. Okay, if they're willing. Like, I mean, man, they got the Animal Kingdom in Disney World that's themed off of the Lion King. They got dolls and T-shirts and video games, and
so I
got a platinum.
He's giving me the deal that this guy was offered, but this guy was offered a deal by Disney. I'm being offered a deal by the Jerks from Jersey, and he's saying because I didn't take what he took, I'm the okay.
Plaque for a storybook. That they released. You know what I'm saying? That was really just a storybook with my song in it.
Okay, so you turned down the $2 million deal.
Yep.
So you took less money with royalties.
Absolutely.
Was it like $1 million, or do you remember how much it was?
No, it was relatively low. I think it was like 100,000.
You went from $2 million to 100,000.
Yep.
In order to get royalties.
So you could play the long game.
Wow.
Because honestly,
okay, let me ask you a question before you you go on.
Even Vlad was like, "Okay, I don't think that was smart what you did," but that's opinion based, right? Because he's like I said, he's gonna play the long game. But the bottom line is that he's giving me a deal. I mean, is this guy psycho? Like the better way to like propose this to me would say, hey man, would you have done what Jason Weaver have done? Like, and explain this to me, right? Why not just be transparent? Why not say, hey man, Jason Weaver, he had a $2 million upfront, or his mom negotiated 100,000 with 10% royalty. Which one would you have taken? It still would have been tomato. I mean, because Jason Weaver don't really say like how much he ended up making, like he claims it's over the $2 million, but he never gave a number. So who knows? But this is way different than what I was proposed. I wasn't told if Disney offered me I did a movie with Disney and they offered me $2 million, would I take $100,000 up front and do a 10% royalty deal? You never asked me that. He said, what if the Jerks from Jersey, offered me $2 million for a video that we did that does not include Disney? So I'm thinking like, I'm taking your money. What video you think we're going to do that's going to pop? I'm going to get the $2 million back. I don't want $100,000 with 10% royalty. Give me $2 million. That's what happened. Like this guy is nuts. You took that? Well, Jason Weaver took this, brother. I'm not Jason Weaver, and you're not Disney. You asked me about you and I doing a video, and I guess it's your production. Now, I don't recall your production.
I said it can go viral. Remember I said that?
Yeah. That's a dream. Right, that's a dream. Right. Of course. Most people are optimistic when they're starting a new company up, especially social media. Everybody believes, especially you're trying to sign somebody. I'm sure artists are told the same thing. I'm sure 5 Year Forum was told by Mace, hey, you're going to blow up. It's going to go viral. I'm sure he heard that. Yeah, so when you want to sign people, you're going to tell. So you can see the audio in the back, right? So now he claims that this audio that you guys see with your own eyes in the back, he claims I cropped a small something out of there. But this guy is weird. Like, you can see the audio. Like, you would see a crop. You would see a gap. Okay, then I said, bro, why don't you just watch the video, look at the video, look at the audio, and show me where it was cropped, show me where the question was going to come, and then I cropped it. But this is the levels that people got to go to. This is how they got to, the levels down, they got to go to act like they ain't just get annihilated. Dreams like, hey, man, I'll give you $2 million for this video, or you can take what's under door number 1, which is the 100 grand royalty deal. And this is why people say, man, the people who are the most closest to you would do you the worst. Because like I said, I never had an op like lie and say I cropped some stuff. I didn't demolish many people. I played the videos. It don't matter what subject it is. I mean, just talking about Bible. It's been different subjects where I annihilated people. And they took it on the chin. Somebody I know personally, and like they accused me of lying and cropping and stealing. Somebody I know personally, hey man, you did this. You were it's weird. Yeah, that's why people, business people do not like to do business with people they know. Yeah, people like, yo man, Jay-Z ain't hired me. Yeah, no. Worst person to hire is your friend or relative. Worst person. Hire those strangers because they're gonna feel like they got more to prove. They're gonna feel like they gotta earn their position. Yeah, don't fall for that. So friends, the same way you debate friends, they feel like you should go easy on them. It's like, yo, I'm the can man. Anybody can get it. I'm not going easy. And guess what? People, you're gonna tell them dreams like, hey man, I'll give you $2 million for this video, or you can take what's under door number 1, which is the 100 grand royalty deal. And guess what? This video is gonna blow. This video is gonna blow. Of course, you're gonna sell me that dream. Now I'm looking at your productions, right? I don't know one video you got that blew up, right? You asked me about you and I doing a video, and I guess it's your production. Now I don't recall your production. All right, so I was kind of saying what I'm saying now about his production. I'm not going to believe this pie in the sky that we're going to make the first video in your productions to go viral to get trillion views. I'm not believing that bullshit. I'm going to take the 2 million.
But some people will think that's a stupid idea because.
And you heard him? He said, well, some people would think that's a stupid idea. All right. So he's saying taking the 2 million from a low budget production company that's promising you that this one video we do together is going to break records, be up there with the Lion King, be on that level, some Jason Weaver type content. He's saying some people will call that stupid. So now listen, this is his words. Some people will call that stupid. Watch this.
Well, it could make a lot of money. Like that's almost like box office. Like when people they might spend $4 million, but they don't find out how much it makes until what the box office come out, how much they look up the movies. So it's like it's not a dumb or right decision. It's really.
Then he comes back and say it's not a dumb or right decision. So he says my decision is stupid. Then he comes back and say, well, it's not a dumb or right decision. This is what I'm telling you, man. There's levels to this. I try to tell the guy, like, listen, dude, you're not ready. Like you don't know how to get. This is not for you. Like you don't debate for a reason, and don't let it be me. You did because I felt extra disrespectful. Like the first time you're going to debate publicly is going to be me. Like first of all, I know you, and you know me, and we've been laughing at people together. I played back videos. He didn't came in a chat, watched me demolish people, and you're gonna come on here and think you can do better, dude? You did worse. You just said it was stupid for me to. You said some people think that's stupid, and then you come back and say, "Well, it's not a dumb or right."
Really based off exactly what you just said. Like you think it's probably not gonna make that much, so give me $2 million. Like, and that could be a best decision for you. Like, but someone else might say, nah, I'm gonna take the bet. Like pretty much what Vincent said, pretty much.
I'm not gonna believe this pie. All right. I hope you're watching.
So it's not a right or wrong decision on business. Like, even when Dame Dash presented Rockaware, like Big's other partner was like, man, that's dumb, man. I ain't gonna but it made $400 million. So it's like some people may really think.
So you see the comparison of apples and oranges. Like, dude, you're claiming that the third partner of Rockaware said that's dumb, or Biggs, whatever partnership he had, that's dumb. But we don't know the context. We don't even know if he said that. Like, you're just saying stuff. Like, you're just saying stuff.
It's a dumb idea. Some people may think that it's a good idea, depending on where you are in business. Like, it's not really a right or wrong. Like, it's really.
So now in business, there's no right or wrong decisions. Like, everything is just so. MC Hammer in business was paying for all those people to travel with him and dance with him, and went broke as a result. And you're saying that that's not right or wrong. That's just a business deal that just didn't work. Dude, that was wrong. Even Hammer says that was wrong.
Now, there's some people who took money for Lion King, but Jason Weaver, his mom, said, "No, give me the 100,000 and give me."
And this is how brainless he is, because dude, he just says. So he just made a comparison. He just said some people took the money from Lion King, they didn't do the royalty deal. Then, bro, what you should have done was show, because this was something you had in your back pocket. What you should have did was at least show the people who took the money didn't do as good as Jason Weaver. First of all, you got to show those people were given the same proposition. They were offered $2 million straight up too. Yeah, say it's just bad. It's just bad altogether.
Over a lifetime. That's it. And so that made more sense for him. One, because the kid was like 7 years old, I guess, or 8 years old. Or it just made more sense to do that over a lifetime instead of just taking the lump sum right there and not making anything else but that. But like I said, some people profited off that. So it depends on where you are in business
and notice the rabbit hole, because you remember he was talking about ownership, and now we're talking about all right, whatever.
You want to conduct your business, and there's no one's business, no one's personal reason for why. So it's not.
All right. So you see, like, this guy's all over the place, and I was willing to follow whatever he went. Now, this is where the double talk catches up. Hey, you said Dame Jazz owned 25%, right? Of Rockaware, right?
Yeah.
So would you say he's an owner or somebody who possessed it? And I remember he said, you don't own anything because owning something is convoluted. It's tricky to people who never owned something before. He said the better word, the more proper word to use is possession, because possession is more clear. Now, he never demonstrated how the word possession and the definition of possession is more clearer than the definition of ownership when you purchase something that's supposed to be rightfully yours. He never did that. This is just his opinion. I kept trying to tell him, like, bro, that's your opinion. That's not like nothing, no credibility behind that. All right, well, I'm gonna hold him to it now. Said Dame Jazz owned 25%, right? Of Rockaware, right?
Yeah.
So would you say he's an owner or somebody who possessed it?
Part owner.
Okay, you heard him? He said part owner. So you would think that the guy who had a problem with the word ownership because it's tricky and a better, more clear word is possession, then you would think he'll correct me and say part possessor. He just said part owner. So it's like, wait a minute. So I'm like confused. Like, wait a minute. I could have sworn he was going to say part possessor. It's like, wait a minute. So you're back using ownership. So you see, like, it's when it's convenient, he'll use it. And when he think it's not convenient, he won't use it. It's just a bad look. So you could own it at 25%. You know that's near 20% you put down on a house. So let me give more context. So he was saying that homeowners don't own their home because they put down 20%. The other 80% comes from the bank. So the bank really owns your home. You don't own it. So now I'm saying, wait a minute, but you call Dame Dash an owner of Rockefeller in spite of only owning 25%. So now I'm like, I'm catching him in this contradiction. Like, his double talk, his double speech. Like, hold up, how is 20% ownership? And I got put quotations around ownership because he claims that you don't own anything, you just possess it. So how is 25% ownership for Dame Dash any different than 20%? Like, you would think we're talking like 80, 60 to 20%. You own a home at 20%. You own a home putting 20% down. You're a 20% owner of the home, but you don't own a home because it's only 20%. That's very low. But Dame Dash is an owner of Rockaware by only 25%. 5% more than you as a homeowner. But he's the owner, you're not. He's the co-owner. You're the co-possessor, I guess. I don't know. Wait. Let me finish the thought. It's not a question. I'm just talking. Okay, so we talked about the house ownership earlier, and I said a standard percentage you got to put down a home without any government assistance is 20%. Okay, and I said you own a home. You said you don't own a home at that low percentage because the bank owns the rest, and you should not be called an owner. You should be called a possessor. So then you say Dame Dash said you don't own a standard. Got these out here, these loud dumb cars. Percentage you got to put down a home without any government assistance is 20%. Okay, and I said you own a home. You said you don't own a home at that low percentage because the bank owns the rest, and you should not be called an owner. You should be called a possessor. So then you say Dame Dash owns 25% of Rockefeller, which is 5% more than the house you own. And you said you're not the owner of the house. You own a little bit. You only own 20%. But now you're saying Dame Dash, who owns 25% of Rockaware, you said Dame Dash owns 25%. So yeah, I see where I was going with that. Because you just said 20% you don't own the home, you're a possessor, and people can get tricked. So now Dame Dash owns 25%, but he's the owner, he's not the possessor, and we're not tricked, right?
Right.
So he owns it at 25%.
So Dame, no, I would say he has possession over it, but I don't think he doesn't own it because he can't make a decision without going to.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna stop right here. I gotta pick my son up. I'm gonna do a part 2 sometime later. I'm gonna pick up right here. Like, this is just hilarious. But they say pride comes before the fall. Wait. Before I get off, I definitely in a rush right now. All right, we're out of here.